welcome to my Flosstube channel. My name is Melanie, and this is my little creative space in the YouTube universe where I talk mostly about cross stitch. Sometimes I throw in some extra crafts, but today's video is going to be all about cross stitch. So I decided to go rogue in May. May has always been in the cross stitch community a long-standing month to do something extra. It's had many different names over the years, but typically what people do is they'll either do like 31 new starts in May, or work on their WIPs in May, or if they haven't finished something from the previous year, work on it the same day the following year in May. So it's a fun month, and I didn't have plans to do this, but I was feeling this longing to see some of my WIPs, because my main goal this year has been to try and do like one WIP at a time off this list of 13 I want to get done for the year. But it was like leaving me feeling in want of my other WIPs. So I thought, what a great opportunity in May to do a WIP a day in May. That's what I'm calling it this year, a WIP a day in May. And for the 31 days in May, I'm working on 31 WIPs. So today I'm going to share with you 17 of them. This will be part 1, and then when I come back in a few weeks, I'll do part 2 to show you the remainder of the 31. But it's been so much fun. It always, when I touch my WIPs, it always reminds me how much I really love them. And I've heard a lot of people say that. I think a lot of people feel that way, that, you know, you're going on something for whatever reason, you know, put it to the side and start something else. But when you can bring it back and really not want to put it down again, that's when you know you really love that WIP. So I had that experience with all 17 of these. One of them turned out to be a finish. But let's start. I'll give you the agenda for today. So first I'm going to talk about my FFO that was in my cover photo. I'm going to go through the 17 WIPs I have to share with you. I have a giveaway winner from last time and another giveaway. I have some birthday haul and a few life updates, and then I'll end with the happy card. I'll try to keep this brief. Okay, so let's get started. So the FFO that I did this time, and this one was so much fun. I'm obsessed with bunnies, as many of you know. This is Brenda Gervais' Holiday Hoopla, and this is the one for spring with the bunny. Isn't he so cute? So I've seen a lot of people finish these in the round, which I thought was really adorable, but I found these really sweet flower buttons at Joann Fabric, and I kind of put them in combination with some of the other buttons that I have in my button jar. I found this satin ribbon, which I just thought was beautiful, had like a little bit of an extra stitch running through it. So I stitched this on 32 count raw linen using all the called for threads, and then pink polka dots to finish it off, which I just thought was absolutely adorable. I sewed it off at the bottom using a whip stitch. Yes, I'm going to put this out in my display. It's not quite summer yet, even though it's going to be 93 degrees today in Michigan. 93. It's not quite summer yet, so I'm still sporting the bunnies in the spring. I think I'll change it out Memorial Day weekend, but he was so much fun to finish, and I'm excited to add him to my collection. So I hope you enjoyed him. Okay, let's talk about a WIP a day in May. Now, I highly recommend you do this for yourself. I mean, you may not have 31, but like cycling through your WIPs, it's a little bit of a pain changing out, you know, your hoop and everything every day, but so worth it, because then you start stitching on it and you just love it. So my first one, and I'm going to share with you the fabrics too. All of these projects you're going to see today are 2 over 2. So 2 threads over 2 fabric threads. I typically don't do, no, I take that back. There's a couple that are 2 over 1 that are on Ada. So I'll call those out when those come out. But the majority of them, anything on linen that I'm showing you is going to be 2 over 2. So my first WIP is This Is the Day by Plum Street Samplers. This came out at Market, I think 2 years ago. I fell in love with the colors. It's got like the pinks and the reds, kind of Valentine-y colors, the big flowers, the flying goat in the air. I was sold when this came out. So I am stitching mine on 32 count American Chestnut by R&R. Let me put it on the board for you. And the other thing I did, and I'll try if I'm feeling tech savvy, it's a busy day, we've got a birthday party today, but I'll try to insert a picture of where the WIP was before I stitched on it and after, so you can kind of see. I'll try to, you know, like do a little insert video or insert picture. So here's where I got to, and this was so much fun. So I had already done all of these flowers. I had done the roof of the house, so I came in here and I did like this border along the house, this very light pink border, and then I put in the window and I filled out the window, and I think 1 or 2 bricks. And it was just a fun evening of stitching. It reminded me how much I love to build a house. I'm one of the house people. I love stitching on a house, and the colors, so I'm really excited to get back to this one. Like I said, and I'm gonna say this for all of these, I didn't want to put it away. I stitched on it for that one night and then I didn't want to put it away. So it was tough, but still a good experience. Okay, next, this one is just beautiful. Satsuma Street. I love her design. She's so free with color, and they're just so bright and cheerful. This is, I think you say it, Verano, meaning summer. Look how adorable that is. That little bird in the corner was the first thing I had to stitch. This one's so fun, and I've mentioned it before. This is all DMC, and this is a DMC variegated color, and you can see how it goes throughout the border. It's also in the leaves of the ladybugs that are sitting on over here, and it's a lot of fun to play with the DMC variegated threads. I think they're gorgeous. Okay, so like I said, I'll try to insert a picture of where I was before and where I got to. I moved up to the ladybug block. So I'm stitching this one on 32 count, just white linen, 2 over 2. I had these 3 blocks done here, and I just popped right up and started working on that plant. And those big circles you see, those are where the ladybugs are gonna go. So I kind of tried, you know, when I was doing this, to leave myself at a good starting place for the next time. So, you know, the next time I pick this up, I just have some ladybugs to add, but the plant's already there. And like I said, this thread is one of the variegated DMCs. So you can see how the green kind of goes in and out from like a green to a yellow. That was all one thread. And it was so much fun to stitch. I really like this one a lot. There's other ones too. There's fall, winter, spring, and they're just gorgeous as well. I want to stitch everything, but you know, I try to maintain my my list of must stitch items, because otherwise it'd be too much. Okay, the next one was a PDF download, so I'll insert a picture here. This is Hello Pumpkin by Caterpillar Cross Stitch. I had to get on this bandwagon. I stitched on this one. The last time I had stitched on this one was when I was in Tromsø, Norway on my trip. And bringing it out again was just so much fun. This is one of the ones that I'm stitching 2 over 1 because I'm stitching it on an 18 count white Aida. So here's where I got to this time. So you can see I popped right up here, and I just wanted to finish that pumpkin. I thought, what a great amount of stitching to just finish another one of the motifs. And that's what's fun about this project, I think, is there's so many specific little motifs that you can really just feel like that sense of accomplishment, you know, just doing one of them and seeing the greater picture grow. So that was a lot of fun, and I love the use of color on the pumpkin. I would never think to add like the yellows and the reds in a pumpkin and the blue stem, but I'm here for it. I think it's so adorable. So adorable. So excited to stitch on this one again. That will be the common theme. Excited to stitch on them all again. They're all so much fun. Okay, next, and this is an older one. So this is a stitch along that came out in 2021 from Jacob and Modern Folk Embroidery. A lot of people have stitched this, and I really enjoy looking at the hashtag because everybody just decided different colors to use, which it just made this so beautiful. So this is the Fruit of Plenty Stitch Along 2021. Here's the printout I have. Such a beautiful piece. I did decide there were 2 ways you could do this. You could either just stitch right here where you see the negative space like the white. You could stitch just that design and leave the bigger portion, you know, blank. Or stitch it vice versa, where you fill in the majority with the stitches and the negative space, the open space, is making the design. So that's what I decided to do. It is a lot more stitching, but it's so worth it. It's so worth it. So again, I'll insert a picture where I was before. I am stitching mine on 32 count, I think I'll just hold this one up, 32 count Buttercream by Lakeside Linens. And I am using, let me see, DMC 3031, which is the Mocha Brown, and 3064, which is the Dusty Pink. And here is where I got to. So you can see on the right-hand side here, or my right-hand side here, underneath this bird motif, all of that pink is what I worked on. Let me fold this in half for a second. So like all down in here, I went up, I believe, and finished, and then came down here and extended down. And then I added this dark mocha line here in 3031. It's just so stunning when you look at this picture, how it all comes together. It really is a beautiful piece. And I decided long ago on mine, and it happened kind of on a whim. My mom was having hip surgery, and my grandmother had been diagnosed with stage 4 breast cancer. And so they were really heavy on my mind. And I was staying with my mom to take care of her after her hip surgery. And I just decided to put their initials into the sampler. So in this first block is an F and an L for Fred and Lolly. Those are my grandparents. And then down where the two birds are, you can see the D for my mom, Debbie. And then over here in the March block, the flowers is two M's. One is for Megan and one is for Magnolia, because at that time in that March, Magnolia had to go to the hospital, the ER, and get IV fluids. So yeah, I'm just really enjoying stitching who's ever on my mind at the time and my family, and just throwing it into the sampler. I think it just personalizes it for me. Oh, it's so pretty. This is another one I just had a huge desire to not put this away. It was just calling to me to stay out. And I'm kind of toying around with the idea, because it's such a big piece, of doing, you know, like keeping it in my regular rotation just to continue to see it grow, because it's just so pretty. So pretty. Okay, next is A Study in Pink by the Artsy Housewife. Boy, does she have beautiful designs. Check her out on Etsy if you haven't. You probably already have. She has so many beautiful pieces. I fell in love with this butterfly. I think those wings and the colors and the way the patterns and shapes use those colors is just breathtaking. I feel like I could stare at it forever. So I am stitching this one on 36 count Latte by Fiber on a Whim, with my needle minder that my friend Amanda, the Alba Stitcher, gave me. It's Peter Rabbit. And this is where I got to. So I finished the bottom of this wing, and then I came down here and I followed that color all the way down. And the thing I'll say about this one is, although it looks so, you know, so variated, I will say, in the pattern design, it's like good blocks of color, and the pattern's really easy to read. So you can really just like flow along and follow it. It's not like a lot of confetti, I guess is what I'm trying to say, but you still get that beautiful, realistic effect. So I love this one. I absolutely love them. And I know she's come out with others, other butterflies. So those might have to go on my wish list. Okay, next is Spring Awakens. Now this is the WIP that I had been focusing on in April, trying to get finished, and I don't have it finished yet. I plan to continue to focus on this one. So I threw it in. It is Spring Awakens by Brenda Gervais, with the bunnies and the robin and the basket. Oh my gosh, the cuteness. It just embodies all things spring adorableness. I think adorableness, I'm making up a word there, but that's okay. So this is on 32 count Vintage Country Mocha, and I'm using all the called for threads. Again, this is a linen fabric, so I'm using 2/2. And here is where I got to. So I worked on this bunny, the lady bunny here, and I went up and I did her head. I think I might have done a little more in the border here too. Yes, I went down here and I did her boots and some of these blossoms, and then I came up here and did this beautiful flower plant that she's holding, which is absolutely gorgeous. Very soft, very muted tones in this piece, but it really works. It's just so sweet. Definitely want to make this into an Easter pillow for next year. I'm looking forward to that. I'm going to have a lot of bunny pillows. That's okay. I'm good with all the bunny pillows. Okay, Long Dog Samplers, The Token. I love this piece. Cross Stitch MD, Shiloh. I saw her stitch this years ago. I copied her palette. So I think I'm using DMC 817, which is what she used. I just thought it was so pretty. Now my idea here is I have 6 nieces and 1 nephew. And so I wanted to make this a tribute to them. So in this space here where it's got the token of love, and then some information down here, I'm gonna find a way to put their initials in that. I think they just mean so much to me. I think it's so beautiful. Okay, I am stitching this, like I said, I think it's DMC 817, and I'm stitching it on a 32 count ivory. And let me show you where I got to. This is a big piece, I'll just hold it up. Maybe with a board behind it will help. Isn't this stunning? Oh, it's so pretty. It's so pretty. Ah, I could just look at it for days. So I came in here and started working down here. So I had half of this, you know, like large motif done. So I started working on the other half. I worked down a bit here. I got some of these big leaves in, and I finished the rest of that motif there. So pretty. Such a beautiful, beautiful color of DMC. I really love this one. So excited to get back to that. And I think my brother and sisters are done having their babies. So I think I'll be safe to finish it with the 7 initials, which is a lot of fun. Okay, next, this is a Bothy Threads kit. It's a bunny, so I had to get it. This is called The Meadow. Isn't he so realistic? I absolutely love that. And it's funny, a couple years ago, there was a bunny in my neighbor's backyard, and they have kind of these purplish looking plants. They're not thistles exactly like this, but it was like the exact picture with this brown bunny and these purple plants. I was laughing so hard. So I decided not to use the kit fabric. I wanted mine to have a little bit softer of a look. The kit fabric was like a white Aida with black speckles or gray speckles on it. Still very pretty. But I decided to do mine on 36 count, or is it 36? Let me see. In the middle, yes, 36 count raw linen. Again, 2/2. And I like the softness that it has given it. It really is sweet. So here's where I'm at. So what I did on this one since the last time is I used this deeper brown thread. I finished some spots up here, and then I came down and followed it down to here. Now I did not have as much time this evening to do my stitching, but I will say it's kind of like a dimensions kit in terms of there's a lot of confetti. And the beauty of that, right, is you get this very realistically shaded looking bunny ear. But yeah, so it takes me like more time, more concentration, a lot of thread changes, but I had fun. And I still love it, and I still want to keep stitching it, which is a good thing. A very good thing. Okay, next. This is such a fun pattern. B is for bunny. Bunny, bunny, bunny. So this is by La Di Da. I love this pattern. I think that bunny's adorable, and these funky flowers, oh, they're so much fun. So I am stitching mine, let's see. B is for bunny is on Vintage Smoky White, 32 count. This is a fun one. I really enjoy stitching on it. I think the color choices are beautiful. It's just a fun pattern. It really is. So here is where I got to. So I finished filling in one of these 2 flowers. I can't remember which, that inner cream color there of the flower. I finished that, and then I couldn't resist. I wanted to start making progress on the bunny. So I hopped over, counted over, and just started filling out his profile, which was so much fun. I didn't want to stop. This is a hard one. I didn't want to stop. I actually left it out. I was like, I'll just work on it one more night. And I'm like, no, 31 WIPs in May. So I had to put it away. But yeah, this is a lot of fun to stitch on. Okay, we're getting there, guys. We're getting there. Next is Mary Clayton, an English Schoolgirl Sampler by Hands Across the Sea. This is beautiful. This pattern, it has all kinds of like information in there, what they think Mary Clayton was actually stitching here. Was it an orphanage? Was it in a school that she was at? Just kind of imagining her life and then talking about what life was like in this time frame. So this is just really, it's like a little history lesson along with the stitching, which I think is so beautiful. So I am stitching this one on 32 count cappuccino. And again, I just, picking off some cat hair. She came in my office earlier and she just wants to lay right on top of all the WIPs, you know. This is just so sweet. I love this one. I love this one. So this is where I got to. I worked on house, so I had like one more row of this dark color. And I should mention, I'm using the silks. I splurged for the silks. So a combination of Soie d'Angers and MPI, but they're like butter. They're just so beautiful. I really adored the sampler, so I thought I'll splurge for the silks on this. And then I worked up here in like this kind of trim right under the roof, and then started working on the window here. So again, I was having so much fun, did not want to take it off my hoop. Such a beautiful piece, such a beautiful piece. There's just not enough time, you know? I don't know if you guys feel that way in life. There's just not enough time. There's family stuff, and there's chores, and there's shopping, and there's work, and there's, you know, I just want to sit and stitch all day. Okay, next is Honey Fair by October House Fiber Arts. I started this with my sister Melissa for her 40th birthday getaway. I kitted this up for her and I sewed us a couple of honeybee project bags, which are adorable. And we started it together in Grand Haven on that trip. So I thought that was really sweet. Oh, and I got her this same matching needle minder too. Wait till you see this needle minder. It's so cute. Okay, I am stitching this one on a 36 count cream. Again, it's linen, so it's just 2/2. And this is where I got to. How cute is that? I think I got it on Etsy. I'm almost sure I got it on Etsy. It's so adorable. But this is another one. It's like a dimensions kit. It is what gives it that beautiful effect. What gives this B-step its beautiful effect is all of those varying colors in that like geometrical pattern, right? So you got to stitch it. So I picked one thread because, you know, I only have one evening to work on it. I picked one thread and I just went with it and just followed it and followed it. And I'm really glad I did that because now it makes, you know, it a lot easier to see the rest of the shapes, and it'll be easier to just fill in without being so glued to the pattern. But this is a fun one. I'm really looking forward to this one. I also want to do Strawberry Fair by October House Fiber Arts. That's the one with the robin and the strawberry, and the strawberry is the one that's got that geometric design. So pretty, so pretty. Okay, this is one I should have finished in April. I am doing a monthly series this year, all of these Lizzie Kate Flip It stamps. They're so much fun. They're a quick stitch. They have these little buttons, these 3 little buttons that she incorporates into the design in some different way, which on this one, like they're the little buttons on the basket. So cute. So I've been doing these every month and I have stayed on track. This one though, I think I actually finished like May 2nd. I hadn't finished it up in April, so I threw it into the 31 WIPs in May to get it finished. So I'm really enjoying this series, and my plan is, let me move my head. Right there I have a little stand that I found at the craft store, and my plan is to like finish them kind of into like a flat piece, you know, like stacked with a coordinating fabric, and then just take them on and off every month. I think that'd be a lot of fun. Okay, so this one I am stitching on 32 count light mocha. I've done a lot of them on 32 count light mocha, I think. So fun. Look how adorable this turned out. I absolutely love it. I think since the last time, all I had to do was fill in that April section, and that was fun because once you stitch the word, you know, the word of the month, you can just go and go and go and go when you're watching your favorite TV show and just fill in the rest. And I love the use of color. Same with the border. The border is like super repetitive, so, you know, you don't have to be so super focused. So much fun. The Easter eggs, a little carrot. Oh, I love it. So I can't wait to finish all these. I think that's going to be fun, and then just, you know, keep them in a little basket and swap one out every month. I think that's going to be a lot of fun. Oh, I had fun with this one. This is Dimensions. It's all about the journey. I loved the saying, the bike with the flowers. I just thought this would be such a sweet little kit to do. So this is one, I'm not using the kit fabric. I am using an Aida. It's an 18 count Aida, and I'm stitching it over one. And here's where I got to. I made quite a bit of progress on this. So I finished grass down here, I believe. I know I went up and did this gray here on the inside of the tire, and then over here on some of the bike mechanisms. I just had a lot of fun with this. It's a super easy dimensions. This one's not hard. There's not a lot of confetti. The thread in the kit is beautiful. And I just love that saying. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to working on this one again. And I have to say, so this is over one on 18 count Aida. I love working on Aida. I love working on linen, but I also love working on Aida. They're good in their own regard. You know, they have their own things about them that are just fun, and it's fun to switch it up. Okay, next, flea market flowers. I love this one. I love this one so much. This is by Lori Holt. This has been out for a couple years. I adore flowers. I've started planting all the flowers in my garden, and this one is just so bright and cheerful. Oh, I can't wait to have it done. I am stitching this one on a 32 count white linen. And this is another one because it's got like the individual motifs. It's fun because you can finish a flower and you're like, yeah, look at that, I accomplished something. So here's where I am on this one. I worked over here. I worked on finishing the petals on this sunflower or flower. It kind of looks like a sunflower. And then I finished that kind of mesh design on the inside. So next time I just go in and fill it in. Isn't that such a pretty piece? It does represent like spring and all things beautiful. The full array of colors and flowers and different shapes. Oh, such a beautiful pattern. Really enjoy this one. Really want to get it done. Really want to work on it. It's just all the things. Okay, Teresa Kogut, For the Love of Nature. I restarted this one. Initially, I had put it on like a sand beige type of fabric, and I wasn't getting the result I wanted on the side here because of this color, which is caramel, Classic Colorworks caramel. So I wanted to change my fabric out so that that kind of stood out more. So many things to love in this pattern. All the little critters. I just absolutely adore the animals. It's filled with hearts and just mega cuteness. So I am stitching this on, this is made by Nicola at number 12 Stitch Co. 32 count spice. Beautiful fabric, Nicola. So now I can see the caramel, and I think it's like the perfect fabric where I can still see the white, right, from the smoke, but then I can really see the caramel border. So I'm much happier with this choice. I worked, I think, on this roof is what I did. I went down here and was filling out this roof, and I think I may have finished some of the smoke. I think I only had one curl, one side of the heart, and I finished the other. So sweet. So much fun. Now I want to stitch on it. It's so tough to put them down. So tough. Okay, we only have a couple more. Two more. We're almost there. A Kiss for Snowman by Dimensions. This is for my mom. My mom, for as long as I can remember, has loved snowmen. At one time, she had a massive snowman collection, and she had this color here when she was a little girl. So I thought that is so sweet. Now, this is another one I restarted. So it is on 18 count white Aida that I just cut for myself. And I like how it's looking. I like how it's looking better. So I think the original kit fabric was maybe a 14? No, it was an 18 count. I can't remember why I restarted. I think maybe I wasn't liking how my stitches were lying. And this is where I got to. Isn't that stunning, the tree with the snow on it? How just the different shades make it look so realistic. So I worked a bit in the hat here. I put in this gold strip, and then I worked in this pom-pom up here, the pom-pom of his hat. Just so pretty. I did not want to put it down. I know I sound like a broken record over here, but that was some fun stitching. I really like how realistic it looks. Dimensions really does a good job of that. Okay, last one. This is Birds of a Feather by the Happy Heart Sampler by Birds of a Feather. This is so pretty. Cindy C Stitches on Instagram. I saw her post hers and I went and found this. I think it's absolutely a beautiful sampler. I am stitching mine on 32 count winter white. And I'll show you where I got to. So many fun motifs in this, like the bird and the hands. I just feel like it's another one where you can just get lost in the enjoyment of stitching just the one motif. And that's where I am. So you can see I worked on this heart. It was so fun. And now I'm ready to fill it in. So the next time I work on it, I can pick it up and just start filling it in. I think this is such a beautiful sampler. I love it. And the sampler does have the letter M in this heart. And my name's Melanie, so I'm here for it. Oh, so much fun. So I hope you enjoyed the WIPs I have to share with you so far, the 17 that I shared with you. Like I said, when I come back in a few weeks for part 2, I'll show you the remaining 14. So much fun to do. Okay, let's talk giveaway. And then I'm gonna talk birthday haul, some life updates. Giveaway, so last time I was giving away, this is by My Big Toe Designs, Quaker Rejoice. I just think this is gorgeous. I don't think the picture does it justice. I can see the colors in there, and looking at the colors it calls for, I think this is gonna be stunning. So I asked you to put the word bird in your comment, and the winner is, I wanna say this right, Jaquested Cooper? So congratulations. You can reach out to me via email. I'll have it in the drop-down box below. I also have an Instagram, Melly Only Stitches. You can reach out to me there. Thank you for your kind comment, and I really hope you have a lot of fun stitching it. Okay, and my giveaway for this time is by Shakespeare's Peddler, A Savior's Praise. I adore this pattern so much, but I know myself, and there's just so many other things I want to stitch. This is a mega sampler, but oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. Look at all of the words, and oh, it's beautiful. So what really catches my eye is the greatest of these is love up here. I love that saying. So if you would like to be entered into the giveaway to win this, enter the word love in your comment. Good luck to everyone. Oh my gosh, if you win and you stitch this, please tag me. It's so beautiful. I haven't seen a lot of people stitch this one. Look at this boat over here in the water. Oh, it's so pretty. Okay, birthday haul. First of all, thank you to several friends. You know who you are. I've already thanked you personally. I got birthday cards, and the one thing I have to show you right here, this beautiful ornament was stitched by my friend Robin Brown on Instagram. Thank you so much, Robin. I know how much it takes to not only spend time stitching that, but put aside your own things that you want to stitch a gift for someone else. And so special to my heart. I will cherish it always. So sweet. It has my initial M. My sister got me one that I've been eyeing for a while, Winter Woods by Satsuma Street. And like I had just said, look at all those colors. Absolutely stunning. Oh my gosh, I love that one so much. And this, I'm excited for this journey because the design is created with Cosmo Floss, which I guess is a Japanese company. And look at all these yummy, delicious colors in there. Ah, I'm so excited. And I got the fabric. This is Nordic Blue by Witchelt. I think by Witchelt. So I'm excited to use that. Oh, I want to start that right away. And then I couldn't resist. This was a birthday gift to myself. I could not resist. Liz Matthews posted this in her Patreon, Secret Garden. Oh, I think this is stunning. I absolutely love birds and flowers. This is 2 big check marks for me. So I'm going to be stitching the vibrant one. So I've downloaded the pattern and I got the floss on its way. So excited to start that one. I got Float by Plum Street Samplers. That's a market release from a couple years ago, but look at those butterflies. Ah, so pretty. And then from market this year, I got Voice So Sweet by Teresa Kogut. Isn't that so beautiful? This is with birthday money. Thank you, sister. Isn't that so pretty? And then finally, Me and Bunny in the Dale. Look how cute. With little ducks. I cannot. And a robin. Oh my gosh. Must start all the things now. Okay, life updates. It's been a busy month. In May, I think we have like 10 family birthdays. We are May babies in this family, so it's been a lot of fun. We have a birthday party today for my nephew, Ben, which I can't wait to spend time with him. So we've been doing that. There's been soccer games. There's been concerts. There's been Mother's Day. We had so much fun. We hung out in my mom's backyard and I catered some food and we just had a really good time. And then besides that, and work being crazy and life being busy, I've been planting. So I planted a big container of zinnias in the back and they're already starting to sprout. I had my iris plant bloom. I planted that last year and it did not bloom and it was looking kind of sad and I was like, I don't know if it's gonna make it, but it bloomed. So next video, because this one's kind of dragging on, I'll include lots of pictures from my garden. I've planted a lot of flowers this year and I'm super excited. Okay, happy card, and then we're gonna wrap it up. Let's see. We are on number 24. I am aware. When I pay attention to my surroundings, I can feel appreciation for everything. I see so much beauty in the world. Being aware means living in the present and fully experiencing my life in the here and now. I am aware. What a beautiful reminder. I've been doing a lot of that this spring, especially, and I made a comment in my last video about this, the birds. Sometimes I'll just go out in the backyard, when I let the dogs out, I go out with them and I just shut my eyes to take that sense away and listen. And the sound, all the different sounds of all the different birds and the wind and the leaves, it just, you've got to take those moments, even if it's just 5 minutes when you're running outside to throw the trash in the garbage can or get the mail, to just breathe in the smells and appreciate all the amazingness that spring brings to us and the new life. I'm really, really taking the time to try and be present in those moments. So I encourage you to do the same. Until we meet again next time, happy stitching. I hope it's not 93 degrees where you are. I'm going to melt to the ground today, but that's okay. I hope you have a lot of stitchy time, and I hope you get out some of your old WIPs and just remember why you love them so much. But I'll be back in a couple of weeks. Until then, happy stitching.